Good afternoon again, everyone. First off, thank you to all the students today for coming, for competing, for connecting with the suppliers and stakeholders here today. Really appreciated you. Can we get the competitors to stand up real quick and give you a round of applause? Let's recognize you guys. Awesome. Great job today. You know, I was lucky enough to bring down a couple of some great folks this morning who you met, Representative Courtney and, of course, Mark Rahoff, the president of Electric Boat. And both were just blown away by the work, the craftsmanship, and just the great competitiveness that you were all part of this morning. I also want to say thank you to the EB team. If folks from EB can just raise your hand real quick. We had a lot of the EB team here today, so thank you so much for your support. Commander Boucher, thank you for your support today, sir. We really appreciated that. The EastCon team, do we have anyone from EastCon in the room? No, but thank you for bringing that amazing advanced manufacturing trailer today. And of course, to the Grasso Tech team, thank you so much, Principal Mello. We love coming here. This is a great facility. To the students that go here, you should be really proud of your facility. This is a great place to come and learn every day, I'm sure. The mission that you guys are looking at joining is incredibly important. And we really appreciate you taking the time today to come and learn about it. Hopefully you've come away with some knowledge of different opportunities that are available to you, not just at Electric Boat, but certainly there are plenty there at Electric Boat if you're interested in them. But we've got supply chain members across the state, across the region, and across the country that need you. We need about 200,000 to 250,000 people to join the workforce. So each and every single one of you is incredibly important to delivering these vessels and delivering our undersea dominance and to continue to deliver that dominance. So I really appreciate everyone's time today. Some housekeeping notes. I believe we have a couple outstanding passports. So if you have not turned in your passport yet, stamped, you should have 11 stamps. If you have more than 11, great, you did extra, but you should have about 11 stamps on there. Mick down here in the front, if you still have your passport and you haven't turned it in, please do so, because that is how you're going to get your $25 Amazon gift card. But with that, I would like to welcome up our next speaker, who is a great advocate for manufacturing here in Connecticut, but also nationally, Mr. Paul Lavoie.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, everybody, and good afternoon. My name is Paul Lavoie. I'm Connecticut's Chief Manufacturing Officer. Just so you know, Connecticut is the only state that has this role. No other state has a Chief Manufacturing Officer, and I work for Governor Ned Lamont. So let me tell you a little bit about why Connecticut has this role. Why would Connecticut want to have a Chief Manufacturing Officer? Well, I think you guys all know that Connecticut is the 48th largest state. Right? All right, so we're the third smallest state. However, when it comes to Department of Defense investment into the U.S. manufacturing ecosystem, Connecticut is number 4. Number 4, meaning the amount of dollars that the Department of Defense invests into a state for manufacturing, Connecticut ranks number 4. Now you might be asking, who are the top 3? Well, California, Texas, Virginia. Anybody know how many Connecticut's can fit inside of Texas? 4? 49, and there's still room for Rhode Island. Still room for Rhode Island. So when you look at that, you look at, well, here we are, from a Department of Defense perspective, investments that are being made in Connecticut, along with these other states that are 49 times our size, which means we punch well above our weight class when it comes to manufacturing. And we make the most sophisticated machines that are known to humans. The nuclear-class submarine is the most sophisticated machine that's being manufactured right now in the world. It is the most complex and most sophisticated machine. If you have an opportunity to be able to work on that, you're working on the coolest thing, and by the way, it did win the coolest thing made in Connecticut contest, but you're working on the coolest machine in the state of manufacturing, which is Connecticut. And what makes Connecticut different than any other state is our workforce. We have one of the most productive and most talented workforces in the country. So I'd like to thank Project MFG for coming out here and having this competition. I think it's great to be able to do this. I'm going to talk to them about doing some other things that we can do here in Connecticut. But more importantly, today is about you. It's about you. It's about your career. It's about your future. And I will tell you one thing. I want to leave you with this. I'm a first-generation high school graduate. So that means my parents did not graduate from high school. Thank you. Thank you. I'm born in Connecticut, raised in Connecticut, went to high school in Connecticut, I went to college in Connecticut, got married in Connecticut, raised my kids in Connecticut. Longest time I've been out of the state is for 2 weeks. I know, it's pretty sad, right? For 2 weeks. But here's one thing I know. As your chief manufacturing officer, here's one thing I know. And that is, in the state of Connecticut, if you dream it here, you can make it here. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Our next speaker is the commanding officer of the future USS District of Columbia, Captain John Meyer.
Ooh, sorry about that. You're pretty smooth talker. I like that. Well done. Well, thanks for the introduction. It is very exciting to be here today. Like Tim said, I'm the CEO of the District of Columbia, the newest class of submarine we're building. And it's really as cool to be here today to see what you all are working on. I get the opportunity in this job to go to various schools and see some of the experiments that some of the science classes are working on. But as you get into the trades, it's really cool to see how that's going down. And I'm not here to recruit for electric boat. That's not why I'm here. But there's plenty of jobs over there as we go. But when we talked about the importance of the District of Columbia, I'm going to ask a couple questions. Why is the District of Columbia important? Not the town. We won't need to go there. But why is the submarine important? Nobody? Nobody? No high school kids want to raise their hands. It's like, my kid's 17. He don't want to raise his hand either. All right. I'll tell you. So I can, oh, come on. What you got? What you got? Yeah, you made a hand gesture. You got to have something. It is the biggest one we've ever made. All right, so 600 foot long, 43 foot diameter, but it carries, it has 16 missile tubes on it. So what we can put in those missile tubes is the greatest deterrence that we have to our adversaries in the nation. All right, that is what we build it around. All our defense posture is built around, unfortunately, nuclear weapons, but it prevents people from doing bad things, which is that's the goal. All right, so getting that ship out, getting the other submarines out to sea are very, very important. All right, next question. World War II. Why did we win World War II with the Allies? Was it because of the military? Military ultimately did it, but what else? Oh, I heard somebody. You're not a kid, though. Well done, though, right? Most effective manufacturer. So after Pearl Harbor, all the shipyards in the country started building aircraft carriers and submarines. We're building 3 or 4 aircraft carriers a year. Ford Motor Company stopped production of cars and started making B-24 bombers. All right, and just the sheer manufacturing capability of this country and what we're able to build is what allows us to have the best military in the world, hands down. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, Admiral Yamamoto, who led the attack, and when the Japanese were celebrating, because we got licked pretty good at Pearl Harbor, he wasn't celebrating. His quote was, "All we did was awaken a sleeping giant," because he knew that once you, be careful how I say this, upset the American people, once they put their mind to it and get the manufacturing base pumping and start building things, then there's nobody in the world that can stop us. And that's what you're going to be a part of. It's very exciting and humbling to be here with you all to do that. There are various ways to serve your country. One, you can put on a uniform. But honestly, more importantly, a 30 to 40-year shipbuilder, we need more of those than we need folks in uniform. And I cannot emphasize that enough. And I'm very excited for you all doing that. And now just to prove I'm also not recruiting for Electric Boat or the DOD. I guess I can for the DOD. I'm not an EB employee. But I got a couple buddies graduated Tulsa Welding School. They're my age. If you want to go to the Midwest, they own their own welding companies now. I can hook you up with them, and they got great careers for you. Everybody's dying to get their hands on some welders. Last question. Can somebody tell me what that is? Just curious. Anybody? Nobody? The principal's here. You can't answer it? Come on. Changing class. All right, thank you. I had to ask. I just had to know. All right, so I'm after lunch, and the next speaker is actually announcing the awards. So I'm going to stop talking, turn it back over to Tim, and we'll have the top winners up here, right? All right, thank you all very much.
All right. Well, I'm not Tim, obviously, but we are now going to get a little bit of information from our top judge, our head judge for Project MFG, and how this was judged, and the thoughts of our current judge.
Okay. What did you guys think about this project? Nothing? Crickets? There's a bunch of you in this room that were welding. I don't know if you forgot, you ate lunch and you were welding for 2 hours. What did you guys think about the project? Was it really hard? Was it really easy? No one's going to answer. Wow, I know exactly. It's the food coma. It's the post-lunch food coma. Okay. It was a little challenging, and that was good. And one of the things that we really looked at this year was your fit up, because we don't know any welders that just walk into work and their machine's already set for them, although we did set your machines appropriately, but you could adjust. We don't know anybody that walks into work and just has a perfect welding setup and doesn't have to do any fit up. They just literally just weld. That's not the way the world works. If you want to be a welder, you're going to have to be a fitter, a grinder. There's a whole bunch of other things. And so your measurements today, where you placed the submarine as it was surfacing, that was the first step. So when you dropped that off to the judges, they measured and they made sure that your fit up was good. So your welds were important, but your fit up was really important as well. All right, so from the judges, feedback for you to take back with you. Some of you did not follow the written instructions, even though Mike said it like 5 times, and I said it once. Some of you missed that there was a root pass on that bulkhead. Has anyone taken a CERT test yet? Raise your hand if you've tried a CERT test. Okay, did that bulkhead look a little bit like a CERT test? That wasn't an accident, right? We have to bevel for a CERT test for steel plate. So that was a good challenge for you. Regarding the blueprint, a couple of things that most of the judges noted was that you forgot the bulkhead. Some of you, I found some bulkheads underneath the tables. You guys realized afterwards and you kicked it under the table. So don't forget that. Read the print, read the blueprint, read the instructions. Okay. Some of you might be working for Russia because the sales are going backwards. They've done that before. I'm just kidding. No, some of the sales were backwards, but that's just because you were nervous. Time management is always a thing in a competition. So as Mike mentioned at the beginning, kind of focus your time on what's going to get you the most bang for your buck. So not like cleaning your material is important, but making it look super shiny and pretty is maybe going to waste a few minutes. We did have a few safety issues. We had some safety glasses that we had to remind. We also had someone grinding without any safety glasses or a face shield, and that's definitely a no-no. If you talk to anyone from the military here or from Electric Boat or any other employer, that's not gonna win. You're gonna get fired if you do that. So just be mindful of safety. Some of the things that we did think was that were really good. The weld quality was pretty good, and some of you are pretty new. So this is good. This is really encouraging for employers in the area. The other thing is we did encourage you, if you didn't understand something or something looked wrong, come out and ask for help. And there were several of you who did, and I think that was really to your benefit, because if you didn't ask for help, you might have been the person that, realized an error afterwards, and it's kind of hard to make up for it in a very challenging 2-hour contest. So my suggestion to you from the judges is to take your blueprints back to your instructors, walk through the project. If you didn't finish the project, reread instructions, blueprint, and then do finish it. Work through it with your teacher and then finish it. If you did finish it, think about what might you do better so that you would make a really, really awesome looking submarine. Last thing I'm going to say is any of you members of the American Welding Society? Only one? Okay, so go to aws.org. The American Welding Society student membership is free. And what that means is once you're a student member, you can apply for scholarships. Scholarships are free money you don't pay back. Thanks. Let me introduce, well, Mike's already been talking up here, but he's going to tell you who won.
If you would, yeah. Actually, no, that can stay there. All right, now what we've all been waiting for is the winners. The competition really was. We had a good, nice spread of really well-welded projects. So the judges did a great job. I want to thank all of the judges. I see several of them standing around here. So if they would raise their hands and give them a big round of applause. They really worked hard. I cannot thank you enough for the work you guys did. You put a couple hours of really hard, and it's quick, it's stressful. They really worked well, and everyone did a great job. So thank you very much for the judges. We typically just have first, second, and third. We had a fourth place that was really close. So we're going to offer an honorable mention to our fourth place, Nicholas Doherty. Nicholas, if you'll come up here. Can you just stay there?
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Third place. If you want to set that over here. Third place is Thomas Mazinki. Am I pronouncing that right? Thomas, where's Thomas at? Thomas, please come up here. Excuse me. Thomas is from Cheney, and Nicholas was from Grasso. Thomas, come right up here. You were booth number. Congratulations, Thomas. Second place, from Cherho, Jared Minnick. Where's Jared at? All right. And first place, from Cheney, Spencer Johnson. the first and second place winners of this competition, we invite to the national championship, which are held at Ferris State in Big Rapids, Michigan, the first week of June. So congratulations to our first and second place winners.
All right, congratulations, guys. We're all set, Cap.
All of the other competitors, your projects are downstairs on the judging tables. You're welcome to grab those, and please take those with you. And as they said, the instructions and the paperwork you can take back with you, so if you want to work on any of your projects, you're welcome to it. With that said, that concludes our competition. Thank you very much for coming.
All right. That was good. Thanks for
Good
having
job,
us over.
yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was good.
These are a lot of fun.